From Little Havana, just west of downtown Miami, we've got baseball from Marlins Park. Tonight we wrap up this brief two-game series between the Tampa Bay Rays and the Miami Marlins. It's Marlins Baseball, and it's next on the show. Trevor Richards is on the mound for Game 2. What's your take on him, Dan?
Hey, this guy's done a real good job on the year keeping the opponent's batting average down. Both righties and lefties coming into this one, hitting under 250 against this guy. He's been good all season long.
Digging in, Joey Wendell, and we are set for baseball here this evening.
Tampa Bay, the second baseman, Joey Wendell.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And we're underway as the first pitch is a check swing, but a called strike. 0-1. Guys, this Marlins ball club, as they begin play here tonight, they come in the midst of a stretch where they've dropped 6 of their last 9.
Yeah, Matty, they lost last game only by 1 run. Those are the tough ones. But I'm sure they've looked at the film, made a few adjustments, and let's see if they can give a better effort today.
A ball and a strike now. Weather shouldn't be much of a factor. 71 degrees here at game time. Two and one to the Rays leadoff batter.
I'm pretty surprised by the location on those last 3 pitches. The book on him is that he hits the away pitch pretty well, and he just saw 3 in a row out there.
So does he go back out there again?
No, Matt, I expect him to mix it up. Most catchers won't call for the same location over and over and over.
And that finds the outfield grass for a base hit. So the leadoff man is aboard to start out the inning.
A nice piece of hitting right there. When you're facing a young blood on the mound, young starting pitcher, you want to get him into the stretch as quick as possible. You want to see how he handles the moment, see if maybe you can run on him. A lot of things going to open up with this next at bat.
In now, Matt Duffy. As he takes a called strike on the black, it's 0-1. Richards has become known as a guy that's tough to take deep. So many starting pitchers find themselves snake bitten by the gopher ball, but he really limits that. Tried to get him to go after the slider, but it's 1-1. So let's take a peek at our umpiring crew in this one. Working the plate is Larry Bullard.
Hey, D-Row, Larry Bullard, he's pretty much right down the middle. You see very few managers and players getting into very many confrontations with Larry.
Yeah, Larry lays in the weeds, Dan. Doesn't try and make it about him, and that's what the players love. He's got a pretty consistent strike zone, and he's approachable.
1-1, here it comes. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. The 1-2. Now this is slowly hit to short. Probably too slowly to get to. And the off-balance throw beats him at first, and that's a tough play. And here's the starting lineup for the visiting Tampa Bay Rays. What's the key for them tonight, D-Ro?
Yeah, you take a look at this lineup and they present a ton of challenges. Not only do they have good approaches at the plate, but they're in the top of the league at driving the baseball out of the ballpark. At the end of the day, they say solos won't kill you, but that 2-3 run bomb, when the game's on the line, that'll put you away.
Digging in now, Tommy Pham. And as you take a look at the splits here, he's actually better against right-handed pitching this season. Here's the first pitch to him. Now a swing, and he gets him to pop it up. After it is Granderson, and no one will track it down. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch, and a check swing here, but he pretty clearly broke the plane, and it's 0-2 now. Wendell, the runner at second with 1 away. And he'll try to get him to chase the fastball there, but he lays off. 1-2.
Well, tried to throw a high fastball right by him there. Didn't work, but now we'll see if that sets up some different options. Wouldn't be surprised to see a good slider down and away right here.
Hit out towards second. And there's out number 2. Here now is Mike Zunino. First at bat for him in this one. He was 1 for 4 with a double in the ball game last night. First pitch on its way. Fastball just misses. That's ball 1.
With the runner on third, 2 outs, base open, and a good hitter at the plate, you have to be smart and not give in. If you walk this guy, so what? It's a lot worse if you give him a ball that he can hurt you on.
Here's the 1-0. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
Boy, he just looks locked in at the plate right now to me. His numbers in recent games have been very good, and those were 2 stone-cold takes right there that put himself in a great hitter's count.
3-0 now.
He's gotten himself into a little bit of trouble out here. Middle of the order up in a run-scoring situation, and now he might have to challenge him. Going to have to make some good pitches here.
Ready with the 3-0. And he gets this fastball over. Back to 3-1 now.
Got to believe he had the green light in that situation. 2 outs, 3-0 count. This guy can certainly handle the bat. That's a perfect situation to let him loose. But I love the fact that he's keyholding a certain area.
Swing, high drive, left field and deep. And we'll have to leave it there as the play is made here to end the inning. 1 left for Tampa. And now the Marlins will have a crack at things. No score. Yonny Chirinos will be on the bump for game 2 of the series. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Hey, when you look up the word dependability in the dictionary, that's what this guy, you'll find a picture of this guy. Career ERA just under 3.5, and that's saying quite a lot in the high-scoring games that we see in baseball going on right now. Real solid pitcher, controls the running game, controls the strike zone, and more importantly, he knows how to get deep into the 6th, 7th, and 8th inning. Solid pitcher, and he'll be fun to watch in this one here today.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Just able to get a piece of that for strike 1. Dan Dero, we take a look at the Rays entering play here tonight. They've had it going the last 10 games. They're 7-3 over that stretch, including a win last time out.
Yeah, Matty, they started yesterday off on the right foot. If they can put together 2 games in a row, a lot of positive vibes start happening. You never know. This could be a jump start to big things.
Chirinos, a Venezuelan-born ball player. This is his 2nd year as a major leaguer. Line drive to left. Pham is right there as he puts it away. No problem for the first out. Time now for a glance at the Marlins lineup card in this one. Mark DeRosa, what's the key in avoiding the sweep?
Yeah, you take a look at this lineup they're running out today, and they got their work cut out for them with the sinker baller on the mound on the opposition side. They're going to have to see the ball up. They're going to have to work the home plate umpire. Can't be given 4 to 6 inches off the inside half, or he's going to have a field day pounding that sinker in there. Should be interesting to see right out of the chute if he's got the good one or not.
First offering on its way. And he'll hold off on the slider here to start the at-bat. It's ball 1. Well hit, but also well fouled into the seats and left. Now the 1-1 pitch to third. And very quickly they're 2 gone to start the inning. Digging in, Brian Anderson. No one aboard for him, and 2 gone here in the first. Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Here's a slider to start things out. Looked at for ball 1. hit hard on the ground to first. Duvall right there, and he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. Miami down in order. We are still scoreless. So stepping in, Avisail Garcia. And the home-away splits tell us he's actually quite a bit better hitting on the road than he is at home. Here comes the pitch for Garcia. In there, strike one. And this pitch is looked at for a ball, and that'll even the count of the Rays right fielder at 1-1.
Well, those were a couple of close pitches right there in the inner part of the zone. Hitters will tell you, pitches in that location are tough to do anything with.
Swing and a liner. Foul.
That's foul.
The 1-2. Grounder hit hard down the first baseline, and he'll take this to the bag himself, and the leadoff man set down to start the second.
Check out the Miami Marlins on defense. And let's take a look at Curtis Granderson. He stood the test of time. Former center fielder, can play both corners as well, known for picking them up and putting them down. This guy can go get them in the gaps.
So digging in now, Willy Adames looking to stay hot. He's been a real threat at the plate the last week or so. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. In there, 0-1. Swing and a miss on the slider, and he's quickly behind 0-2. No score here as we play inning number 2. Hit hard to the right side. Foul. Got him swinging. Chased it well out of the zone, and there are 2 gone.
It's so hard to hit when you're behind the count 0-2, right? You have to protect for the fastball. You have to look for the soft stuff down and away. You're really at a disadvantage when you fall behind 0-2.
Into the box, Kevin Kiermaier. And as we give you a look at his splits, he's had the better of right-handers this season, no doubt about that. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike one. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. And it's a ball and 2 strikes to Kiermaier now. Way dead and missed for the 3rd out. Not much of a chance at hitting that one, and the inning is over. Rays go in order, 1, 2, 3. We'll go to the bottom of the 2nd. No score. Here's Neil Walker. He'll start us out here in the home half of the 2nd.
For the Marlins, the first baseman, Neil Walker.
He's set. Here it comes. Strike taken. Good pitch on the lower part of the zone. One and one now the count of the Marlins first baseman. Walker, the former Yankee, he became a member of this team after signing as a free agent earlier this season.
Yeah, I know he expected to get a longer-term deal, but these are the facts right now. He is on a one-year deal, and he is going to have to produce if he is going to get that multi-year he's been looking for come off-season.
The 2-1 home. Broken bat as this ball's hit on the ground. Adames picks it up. Throw on to first in time. One away.
Okay, here's how the Rays set up on defense today. And guys, what I want you to focus on today is this is one of the new age teams in the game that really rely on statistics and the numbers. And the numbers tell them that they're a better team defensively, moving guys around and shifting as much as they can.
Now at the plate, Jorge Alfaro. He went hitless last night in a game where his guys could push across only one score. Here's the first pitch to him. Ball one as he lays off below the zone. And that one misses badly. It's ball two.
Sometimes it can be difficult for a pitcher. You're facing a guy that's not known to be a big stick in the lineup. Sometimes the toughest thing is to be aggressive and throw strikes.
Down low, and the plot thickens here. 3-0. There's ball four.
Batting sixth, the shortstop, JT.
And next to the plate will be JT Little. Couple of hits for him in 4 trips to the plate last night. He's ready. Here's the first offering. In there at the knees. Strike one.
Come on, Marlins.
Tough to do much with that one. A swing and a miss.
Good job of making him chase that pitch down below the strike zone. That's where you want to pitch when you're looking for the double play ball.
Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. Just a bit too much run on the sinker that time as it misses off the outside for ball one. He's set, and the 1-2 pitch. Good swing on a tough pitch, and he'll stick around to see another one. The 1-2. Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. Here he comes again. 1-2. Fouled away. Here's another 1-2. Now this ball popped up. Playable, however, behind the plate for Zunino. And he'll put this one away in foul territory for the second out. So the runner at first here with 2 gone in the inning. And standing in now the Grandy man, Curtis Granderson. Here comes the first pitch. Goes after the sinker there as this is fouled away. Oh, 1 count. Here's the pitch. And low. It's a ball and a strike. Bottom of the second here with no score. Sinker misses that time, and it's 2-1. The 2-1 now to Granderson. And this one's low here, so the count swells to 3-1.
Well, this has been a good job to work the count from 0-1 to 3-1, and now he's really in the driver's seat to see a heater that he can do something with.
And the count will be full.
All right, 3-2 count with 2 outs. The runner on first will be moving, so we'll see what happens. There are a lot of possible outcomes with this kind of play.
Hit on the ground to short. Adames brings it in. Throwing the dirt, but a good scoop at first saves an error as this side is retired. Some of our nation's young minds and future leaders here in attendance. Yikes. The three of us return with more Wednesday Night Baseball after this. Now at the plate, Adam Duvall, as we are all set to begin the third inning in this one.
Adam Duvall.
First pitch of the at-bat. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball one. 1-0.
Let's go.
Now the 1-1 pitch. Fouled off. Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss as he ran the fastball right by him for the first out.
Boy, that's the best pitch in baseball right there with 2 strikes. That elevated fastball. Every hitter thinks that, hey, they can do something with that. But most of the time, you get the result that you saw right there. A big swing and a miss and another strikeout.
Into the box now, Yonny Chirinos, as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1. The 0-1 delivery. Well out in front of the breaking ball there for a strike.
This lineup is flailing right now. They're having a hard time just making contact, let alone putting the ball in play.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2.
Okay, so now is where I think you pull the string. Throw the El Cambio up there. Hasn't seen it yet, and I think he's set up for it right here.
Third inning, no score to this point. A little low. It's 2-2.
Hey, great job right there. Anytime you're down 0-2, I think it's a successful at bat if you can work it back to an even count and at least give yourself a chance.
Oh, and this is swung on and missed. 4 strikeouts already, and that's out number 2.
He's really on a roll right now on the mound. Back-to-back strikeouts to wrap up the last inning, and now he started this frame with the same story. 4 straight strikeouts in all.
First delivery to him on the way. Goes down and gets it as this is bounced to short. Ridley gathers it in. Throw on to Walker at first, and the inning is over. Down in order go the Rays. Home half of the third coming up. No score.
Welcome back as the Marlins look to get the offense going in the third. And this is a lineup that has had its struggles this season. Entering the day, they rank near the bottom of the league in batting average, on-base percentage, and slugging. So it's clear this is a work in progress. One player told me before the game, it's a difficult thing to go through. We're all competitive guys, and we believe in ourselves, but we're obviously not getting the results we need. Now, one coach told me that despite the numbers being what they are, he's seeing a lot of development happening. So he's optimistic about what the future holds, especially for some of their younger players. Back to you, Matt.
Good stuff, Heidi. Thanks. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Lays off 1-0.
Yeah, that looked like a strike, but let me tell you, when you're staring at a big 0 in the hit column, getting a call like that to go your way can feel like a big victory.
1-0 pitch is a splitter in there. 1-1. This one's outside, quite a bit off the plate that time. Now the 2-1. Hit hard up the middle. And the Marlins had their first hit of the game.
Hey, Hey, nice AB right there. With the pitcher coming to the plate, your job is to get on in front of him. This should be interesting. Does he get the bunt sign? Do we play a little Billy ball and pull it back and try and play chicklets with the third baseman? See what happens.
Into the box, Trevor Richards, as the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Dean aboard here at first with nobody out.
Let's go. Wait for the pitch.
Now a bunt attempt here. And you can't ask for much more out of a pitcher than that. The sacrifice works to perfection.
The center fielder,
Digging in to
55.
try it again. John Birdie hit it hard but lined out in his first at-bat.
Yeah, Matty, but as he walks to the plate right here, he feels good building off that last AB. He hit that ball on the screws.
Drops in a strike to start the at-bat. 0-1. With runners in scoring position this season, Birdie is holding on to a batting average way down in the 210s.
He'd be the first to tell you he's not happy with his batting average this season, but he can beat you in a variety of different ways, and he has to because he wouldn't be here otherwise.
In there, 1-2 now. Pops this one up. And no one can get there as it falls. And they won't risk it at third, so they're at the corners now with only one away.
The second baseman, Starlin.
Here's Starlin Castro. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far.
Yeah, Matty, expect this pitcher to try and get the same result as his last at bat right here. The double play is in order. Anything on the ground, the way this defense is, they could certainly roll too.
No balls and a strike to count. Hard hit ball to second. To second for one. Relay to first in time, and just like that, this side is retired. 4-6-3. They roll it up to get out of the jam. More to come from Marlins Park right after this. Up next for the Rays, Matt Duffy, as we begin the top of the fourth.
This game is rolling right along as we move into the middle innings with no score. You'd think by now one of these two teams would be able to get some base runners on and get them in, but that hasn't been the case.
Now a big fastball, and he's well behind it with the swing. Still all zeros in the run column here in the fourth inning. Dan, does this continue, or does somebody score here?
I think this continues for a while, Matt. Both of these pitchers are throwing very well, throwing strikes, having good command of their off-speed pitches. This is going to be one of those low-scoring affairs.
Oh, they have him looking awfully confused up there right now. It's 1-2.
Man, that's another ugly swing right there. This team is just struggling so mightily to get on base. They've looked off balance all game.
Fastball called, strike 3, and there's the first out of the inning. Good time now to check out the Marlins Road to the Show report as you see a couple of players in the upper levels of the minors that have been making waves as of late. Now in the box, Tommy Pham. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Here comes the first pitch. First pitch fastball swung on and missed 0-1.
He's been pitching really well so far in this one as we cruise into the middle innings. One of the big reasons why, 80% first pitch strike ratio. If he continues that, he might be able to finish this one.
Pitching has the upper hand early as we're scoreless in inning number 4. Takes this the other way to right. And gets down, and he's got himself a base hit.
Dan, are you even concerned about that? You've been pitching out of the windup all game, and now you have to go to the stretch.
It can be a concern sometimes, but you try to, in between starts, to make sure that you throw enough pitches out of the stretch. And he's been out of the windup most of the game, so we'll see how he reacts here after this base hit.
Stepping in now, Mike Zunino, as he'll send a ground ball down to third. Oh, and it eats him up a bit. On to first, and even after the bubble, it's a double play, and the inning is over. Around the horn they go. 5-4-3 to end the threat. We're back to South Florida following this. Coming to the plate now, Brian Anderson. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time.
Brian Anderson.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. Now a good pitch around the knees, but it doesn't quite catch the bottom of the zone. One and one the count now. The 1-1 makes him swing and miss on a ball out of the zone for strike two.
That is such a tough pitch to lay off right there, but you have to find a way. There's nothing you're going to do with that low sinker except foul it into your shin or hit a ground ball to the left side.
Another 1-2 delivery. Now a swing and a fly ball. Duvall in foul ground, and no one will track it down. Ground ball sent back up the middle. Adames scoops it up, and the throw to first is in time. One gone.
Now batting.
Next will be the cleanup hitter, Neil Walker. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far.
Yeah, Matty, and it looked like a sinker in his last AB that got him to roll over. Kind of similar situation right here. Similar stuff on the mound. Look for them to try and get him to do exactly the same thing as his last AB. He's got to fight to get it elevated just a little bit more.
Looking to put him away. Here's the 0-2. Inside and high with that one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Breaking ball that time that misses out of the zone.
Back-to-back sliders in on the hands. He didn't handle it real well at all in the previous pitch, so why not come right back with it again? Better job of laying off that one, though.
Here now the 2-2 is laid off, and the count runs full.
Boy, went from being in the driver's seat to now being in some trouble. Had the count 0-2, started nipping at the corners, and the next thing you know, this count stands at 3-2.
And he turns this one around high and deep to center field. Walker will take the turn here and look for second now. Not in time, and he's in there with a double. Wow, this is a perfect example of a wily veteran doing what needs to be done to deliver for his team.
Yeah, and just watch this swing. Instead of trying to do too much with it and pull it, he stays inside the ball and is able to smack it to the opposite field for a double.
Standing in now, Jorge Alfaro, as he'll watch a slider that runs out of the strike zone away for ball 1. The average is at 308 entering play. 4 home runs and 29 driven in. Now the 1-0 finds the zone, strike 1. Walker leads off second with 1 gone in the inning. Now a swing and a miss, and he's behind 1-2. Ready with the 1-2. Grounded back up the middle, and that's through into center field. Base hit. And the runner from second will stay put at third, so they're runners at the corners now with one away.
Dan, I'll tell you, it doesn't matter what it looks like right there. That lawn dart felt so good.
Oh, Dero, this guy's been due. He really needed that one.
In now, JT Riddle, as he'll try and hold off the swing, but this one's in there for strike one. 0 for 1 after a pop out in foul territory his first time through. Here's the 0-1, and a sinker dips too low there, into the dirt in fact. And this ball runs away for ball 2, 2-1.
Great chance right here as a hitter to be aggressive. You could pretty much count on a pitcher. He's trying to get back in the strike zone, and with two guys on base right here, it's time to grip it and rip it.
Swinging a looper to left. Pham moving in, but he can't make the play as it finds the outfield grass. And the run will score as the Marlins have claimed the early 1-0 advantage.
The left fielder.
Hey, we're in the middle of this one already, Dero. They finally score a run, and they've had a tough time scoring some runs.
Yeah, after taking it on the chin yesterday, it's nice to finally break through. Maybe this gives the offense the confidence it needs.
In is Curtis Granderson, as he will take strike one on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. So far this season, with runners in scoring position, Granderson is below the Mendoza line. The batting average under 200, unfortunately.
Matty, he struggled against right-handed pitching all season long, but he just needs a few knocks today, maybe to get the confidence going. I don't think this is a norm for this ball player.
Working for the punch out and the offering. The next 0-2 misses, and that'll move it to 1-2 now. Good hard sinker, but he lays off to even things at 2-2.
Wow, that was a close pitch on 1-2. The count's now at 2-2, but boy, that one very easily could have been called strike 3. Really close pitch.
3-2 now.
For the guy on the mound, this is one of those innings where nothing comes easy. He's thrown a bunch of pitches, and this AB hasn't been any different. Definitely laboring at the moment.
Out of the stretch, the 3-2 pitch home, and it's fouled away. 1 run, 5 hits, and no errors in the game for the Marlins. And he misses with that one. Ball 4, and that's going to load the bases now with still only 1 away.
Man, that's just painful for a pitcher right there. A 3-2 offering that was right on the corner, but he couldn't get him to chase, and he doesn't get the call. Can't beat yourself up about that one too much.
Into the box, Austin Dean. As he'll take a look at a slider here that finds the zone for strike 1. A base hit in his first trip. The 0-1 delivery, and he just gets a piece there as this is chopped foul. The 0-2 delivery, right side, scooped up. Oh, he makes the stop. There's one, safe.
Looked like that might be an inning-ending double play off the bat, but that was some great hustle to beat the throw at first. Keeps the inning alive, and more importantly, he gets an RBI because of it.
Into the box now, Trevor Richards down the first baseline, and he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 men left on base. On to the top of inning number 5 we go. The Marlins lead this one 2-0. Welcome back. Heidi Watney standing by as we get set for the top of the fifth.
Matt, Rays manager Kevin Cash talked to me in between innings about his lineup's offensive production, and he told me he's pretty unhappy with their discipline at the plate in this one. He said their pitch selection has been the main reason for their struggles today, as far too often they've been swinging at pitches outside the strike zone. That's leading to a lot of soft contact and easy outs, so the focus going forward is on shrinking the zone and forcing the opposing pitching to throw more strikes.
Good stuff, Heidi. Thanks.
The right fielder, Avisaíl Garcia.
Here comes the pitch for Garcia. And a ball 1-0.
These are huge innings for a team's morale. The pitcher wants to go out and throw that shutdown inning up and get the boys back swinging the bats again with a chance to capitalize and even extend this current lead.
And a fastball here that's taken for ball 2.
That's a good approach when you're facing a young arm you might not be too familiar with. Take a look at a few and see what he's got. Now he's got himself ahead in the count.
From the windup, the 2-0 pitch. Too tight with that one. 3-0.
Not the way you'd like to start this fifth inning, falling behind 3-0 on the count. It's about time he starts throwing some strikes.
A strike, and it's 3-1.
Now that's a really curious pitch selection. 3-0 and turned to the slider. You have to wonder if maybe he's lost the feel for his fastball.
The 3-1. And a good eye here as he takes ball 4, and it's a base on balls to lead off the fifth inning.
Well, he loses him there, but that's just the first walk he's given up, along with a couple of hits, so his command has been pretty solid so far.
In now, Willie Adames. He's 0 for 1 thus far. He's set, and the pitch. Sent on the ground out to second. Barehanded for 1. On to first, and they get them both.
Nice job on the mound to bounce back from the leadoff walk. Those are usually pretty costly, but that won't be the case this time after the 2-ball.
Standing in, Kevin Kiermaier. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. The windup and the 0-1. Outside for a ball, 1-1.
Still a little bit early to be worrying about this, but in a 2-run game, a 2-out walk right here could at least get the tying run to the plate. And on top of that, there's some pop on that on-deck circle.
1-2 now. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors for Tampa Bay so far. Slider whiffed on for strike 3. A great pitch to put an end to the inning. Rays held in check here. They're down 2-0. Back to the top of the Miami lineup now, and stepping in, John Birdie. A hit in 2 tries so far.
John Birdie.
Here comes the first pitch.
Nope.
Just off the outside as he can't catch the corner. Just off the outside that time, laid off for a ball. Outside and low, 3-0.
Ball 3 to a leadoff hitter that can run. Not the greatest way to start this right here. I think right now you really have to start pouring some pitches into that strike zone.
Here it is, the 3-0. And that misses ball 4 now. It's a leadoff walk to get the home half of the 5th underway.
That is not the way he wanted to start off this half inning. It's one thing to walk the leadoff hitter, but it's even more painful when the leadoff hitter is an absolute burner, and he can really wreak some havoc on the bases.
Now at the plate, Starlin Castro. No hits to this point. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Fastball taken, but that gets the zone for a strike.
Nice job by the pitcher right there to establish himself back into the strike zone. Would have liked to have seen the hitter been a little bit more aggressive in that situation. Usually when a pitcher throws 4 balls in a row, that next pitch you could get super greedy right down the middle.
0-1 pitch on its way. And this catches the zone as well. It's 0-2 now.
Hey, you know in the back of your mind as a batter right here, he's got that nasty sinker. I know it's 0-2, but he might not be looking for the punch out. You have to find a way as a batter to get that 2-seamer up in the zone, or you're going to ground into a double play.
Blowing away with that one. It's 1-2. The 1-2. Hit back up the middle. Adames picks it up to second for 1. On to first to complete the double play.
It's hard to do anything with a pitch like that that's below the zone. And if you do anything with it, most of the time, this will be the result. A double play on a good pitch down in the zone.
Standing in now, Brian Anderson, as he takes a called strike at the knees. It's 0-1. 0 for 2 for him to this point. A ball and a strike.
21.
No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. This one sinks low and a touch outside. It's a full count, 3-2.
One of the things you want to do with a starter, get that pitch count up. Here's another productive at bat as this count now gets to 3 balls and 2 strikes.
And he fouls this one off. Another payoff pitch. This should end the inning as it's sent out to second. And indeed it will. He throws him out at first, and the side is retired. Marlins down quietly, but they're on top 2-0. Striding into the box, Adam Duvall. He'll start things out in the 6th for a lineup that really hasn't found its groove in this one.
Yeah, only 2 hits so far, Matt, and not very many hard hit balls either. We'll see if they can start making some adjustments.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Yanked the slider across that time, laid off for a ball. The 1-1 home. And he can't get out of the way of that one, so the leadoff man will be on to open the frame.
And sometimes when you're down like they are, you've got to find a way to spark your offense any way you can. Now they've got the leadoff man on base and the starter working from the stretch. We'll see if this ignites them a little bit.
Daniel Robertson will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here.
Number 28, Daniel Robertson.
And that's in there for strike one. And he's carrying a batting average of just over 300. So clearly he's been a productive player with the bat in his hand so far. That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. And the low 80s slider is in there, and he's in control 1-2.
Wow, not sure what you're looking for right there, but that one was pretty much middle center cut. Tough pitch to take.
Duvall on at first, nobody out. Hot shot on the ground is short. Zips it to Castro for 1. And that didn't work out too well as the pinch hitter comes on to bounce into a double play.
Now coming on as a pinch hitter is a tough spot to be in, but that's the last thing you want to do when your skipper calls on you. Not going to be happy about that.
And that'll bring up Joey Wendell. As he'll take a look at a high strike that time. It's 0-1. He's 1 for 2 in this one. The windup and the 0-1. High in the air out to center field. Birdie on the move. He tracks it down, and that will end the inning. Nothing doing for Tampa. They're still down. It's 2-0. Bottom of the 6th inning on its way. But first, here's Heidi Watney.
Matt, during the commercial break, I had a chance to catch up with manager Don Mattingly about the Marlins' offensive production. And overall, he's really happy with the at-bats they're putting together. He said that although they haven't broken through in a big way in the runs column, they have made the opposing pitching work really hard for just about every out. Their starter's pitch count was pretty high, which resulted in him being removed from the game prior to the 6th inning. Now it's a matter of making their bullpen work just as hard, guys.
All right, Heidi, thank you. Tyler Glasnow enters to do the pitching in the bottom of the 6th. So here's the cleanup hitter for Miami. Neil Walker, his previous meeting line with Tyler Glasnow. He's gone 2 for 5. He's taken him deep once. First pitch of the at-bat. And that misses for ball 1.
There's not too many umpires in the game that are going to ring that first strike right there. That was borderline up, even though it was in the zone.
Count even now at 1-1. Glasnow, a California-born ball player. He was a 5th-round pick back in 2011.
Hey, this middle round selection is still developing, but he's doing it at the big league level, and he has a lot of time to get his tool set ironed out.
The 1-1 home is looked at for ball number 2. Grounded up the first baseline. Duvall is there, and he'll step on first himself for the out. Ready once again, Jorge Alfaro. He scored after reaching on a single in his last time up. Here comes the first pitch. Pitch swung on and hit in the air toward the line and right. And a great diving effort there, but it'll just tip off his glove, and it's a base hit. Not in time, and he's in there with a double.
And he obviously didn't let last night's hitless outing get to his head too much, because that's his second hit of the ball game. This one a double. I'm sure he's feeling a lot better about the way he's going right now.
Stepping in now, JT Riddle, as the first pitch misses high and inside for ball one. A hit in 2 tries for him so far. The set and the 1-0 pitch. Fouled away. And a half-hearted attempt that time as he broke the plane of the plate. It's a ball and 2 strikes now. Runner at second here with 1 man out. And it's an even count of 2-2 to JT Riddle. And a slider runs in on him as he has to lean out of the way. Waiting next is Curtis Granderson. And here's the 3-2 from him. And that misses, ball 4. So with 1 out, that'll at least set up the double play possibility here that could get them out of the inning.
I'm sure the manager is fine with that. He tried to entice him with that 3-2 pitch, but he didn't take the bait. First base was open, though, so he just needs to make a good pitch for a ground ball.
From the stretch, there's a fastball to start him off, but that misses for ball 1. His previous meeting line with Tyler Glasnow. A number of meetings, he's 1 for 7. The 1-0 now to Granderson. And a strike to even the count. 1-1. And he pumps the fastball by him here. 1-2 now.
You can't go after that pitch with less than 2 strikes on you. There's no way you're going to do any damage with a ball executed down and away in the zone.
The 1-2 is a fastball that misses. The 2-2 doesn't get the zone. Count full now. Alfaro at second. Riddle at first. 1 gone.
Can't imagine he comes back with a 3rd breaking ball. That hitter looked like he timed that one up pretty well and just missed it, fouling it away.
Fouled off. The next 3-2. And he can only battle for so long as he's finally set down here after an 8-pitch at-bat.
It's been a really rough day for this lineup. There's really no other way to say it. Not a lot of good scoring opportunities, and when they've had them, like right now, it's just been an uphill battle for them to make anything positive happen.
Into the box now, Austin Dean. 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And boy, a high strike called there. That's not all that consistent, but it's strike 1. Oh, and he's got him in the palm of his hand now. It's 0-2.
Usually you see chases outside the zone on off-speed stuff like sliders, breaking balls, and changeups. But to chase a fastball that far outside the zone tells me this hitter's not seeing it well at all.
And it's fouled away. 2 men are on with 2 men out. And he missed with it. It's 1-2. Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. And a good take there. Close, but it's 2-2.
This is a huge pitch right here. I don't think he wants to go 3-2 and have those runners be in motion. Look for him to be aggressive with what he thinks is his best pitch right now.
The 2-2. In the dirt. Throw over to third here. And he nails him at third. Great throw. So it's no runs on a hit, no errors, and a man left. 7th inning coming up. The Marlins on top, 2-0. Welcome back to South Florida. It's on to the 7th inning with the Marlins on top, and it's a good time to check out our game summary through the first 6 innings of play. Now to the plate, Matt Duffy. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ball game.
Even though we're moving into the back end of this game, they're only down by a couple of runs. You know that old slogan, a bloop and a blast. They could certainly use that right now.
A bouncer to the left side. Anderson comes up with it. And the throw to first is in time, so the leadoff man is gone here to start inning number 7.
Now batting.
Digging in once again, Tommy Pham. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. In there, and it's 0-1. And now the Marlins bullpen will swing into action as a lefty and a right-hander start to get loose. The 0-1 pitch. Ground ball foul down the left side. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And a swing and a miss here, so it's a quick 2 outs to start the 7th.
Classic slider down and away for the strikeout there. Not a whole lot to say about that pitch that hasn't been said a million times already. That's just a real tough pitch for a hitter to pick up out of a pitcher's hand, so they end up chasing when they're in protect mode.
In now, Mike Zunino. And he's a bit tardy there on the first pitch fastball. It's 0-1. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. A ball and a strike to Mike Zunino. High and wide, 2 balls and a strike.
He's obviously been very impressive on the mound in this one, and I think the big reason why is his ability to stay out of the middle of the zone. That's kind of obvious, but it's clear to me that even when he misses his spots, he's not missing over the plate.
Chopped to third, but this will be a foul ball as that evens things at 2-2. The 2-2 is looked at, and the count moves full.
Walks are never good, but they're especially bad news late in games like this. It seems like they always come back to bite you.
Popped him up. Walker has a play, and he brings it in on the warning track. Rays go in order, 1, 2, 3. They trail it here, 2-0. Stepping in, Austin Dean. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far.
The right fielder, number 44.
From the stretch. And here's a called strike at the knees. Don't think he liked that one too much, but it's 0-1. And here's a curveball in the dirt that time for a ball. 1-1. The 1-1 home is swung on and missed, and that's strike two.
I think it's safe to say he wasn't ready for the fastball.
Yeah, and they set him up with that curveball on the pitch before, and that one, they just blew right by him.
And they could go either way now, I suppose.
Ready on 1-2, and he'll lay off the curveball that's in the dirt that time, and it's back to even now at 2-2.
Well, that's what you want from your curveball on 1-2. You start it in the zone and let it break out of the zone where it can't be punished. Didn't get him to go after it, but the execution was nice.
And he fouls this one off. The 2-2 one more time. Line to the right side. And there's a base hit. So a chance for some insurance here to start out the home half of the seventh.
Many guys fall victim to the breaking ball and want to get out in front of it, and they end up rolling it over to the pull side. Batter was able to execute, stay inside, keep his hands back, and drive it the other way.
So here now is the pitcher, Trevor Richards. He's been great on the mound, so we'll see if he can do something with the bat here as well. He's earned a chance to take this at bat.
Yeah, Matt, when a guy's throwing the ball as well as he has, it kind of forces the manager's hand to stay with him. He's been exciting to watch, and he's really had this crowd behind him the entire game.
First pitch coming. Here it is. And he'll try to bunt that man to second, but this one kicks foul. Dean gets his lead at first. Nobody out. Trying to move the runner into scoring position here, but this is a foul ball. Now the 0-2 pitch. Bit of a surprise here as he's going to try to lay one down.
The center fielder, number 55.
So the lineup flips over and digging in, John Verdi. He enters this at bat 1 for 2 with a walk. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Got him to go up the ladder there for strike one.
Hey, if these guys are going to have any chance in this one, they are going to have to set their sights a little lower. You cannot expect to get the barrel of the bat to that baseball. That is entirely too high.
Ready with the 0-1. Oh, and I think that got him in the foot. Safe after the recovery throw. Good effort, but now we have to wonder whether or not he's going to be okay. And with that play over now, time to check and see if our man is all right. We can really see him favoring that leg, and that is his plant leg, which is always a concern. But from the way he's acting out there, I think it looks like he's going to be okay to try and continue. Coming to the plate now, Starlin Castro. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. First pitch on its way. Off the outside that time as the breaking ball can't catch the zone. Now a southpaw up to throw in that Tampa Bay bullpen. The 1-0 home. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Garcia is over to his right as he puts this one away. 2 down. Stepping into the box,
baseman,
Brian Anderson.
Brian
He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this
Anderson.
point. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. First pitch is a fastball inside, 1-0. Swing and a miss for strike 1.
That's what you call a challenge fastball right there, boys. I don't know if he was necessarily trying to miss up in the zone like he did, but he got away with it right there and put the fastball by him.
2 down, runners at first and second. A ball and 2 strikes now. He got him.
Lively fastball that time, and it puts an end to the inning.
Marlins strand a pair. They're up 2-0. Stepping up to the plate, Avisail Garcia. He'll have the first crack at it here as we start inning number 8.
Starting to run out of time. They haven't been able to score any runs as we're moving late into this one. A perfect time for this leadoff guy to try to get on base and ignite a rally.
The 1-0. Misses off the plate.
Not the ideal spot to be right here. 2-0 count on a real good hitter. Boy, you're going to have to make some really good pitches now.
Ah. 2-1.
Count 2-1.
He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
Hey, leading off an inning in this situation, 3 balls on you. You have to know that a solo shot's not tying this game up. You have to find a way to get on base any way possible.
And a good take there will net him a base runner as it's ball 4 now to start the 8th inning.
Man, that's a tough one to swallow. You're hanging on to a slim lead, and the last thing you want to do is give up a leadoff walk. Seems like those are the ones that always come back to haunt you, so we'll see if that's the case here.
So a runner at first now with nobody out. And up next will be Willy Adames. Now a throw over to first. Don't want to forget about him. He's set. Here it comes. And he takes ball 1. Garcia aboard here at first with nobody out. Lays off again, and it's 2-0.
Back-to-back pitches, they've gone away. Do you tell yourself as a hitter he wants to come in right here? I don't think so. I think he's trying to find that outside corner and adjust accordingly.
The 2-0 on the way. Ground ball foul down the left side. And that fastball's taken but catches the outer third. Nobody out, runner on first. Hit hard down the right field line, but that's a foul ball.
He wasn't fooling anybody with that fastball. He barreled it up nice right there. He's just got to find a way to keep it fair.
Got him. And that's 8 strikeouts now for him in the ball game.
That's just a great pitch, both on the call from the catcher and the execution. If he hits it, there's a good chance it turns into a double play ball, but it's also a spot that's going to get a lot of whiffs too. That's excellent pitching.
Into the box, Kevin Kiermaier, as he'll look at a fastball in there on the outer half. It's 0-1. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. And that's in there as well. 0-2 now. From the stretch. Swing, and he puts a charge into this one. High and deep, and you can't forget about it. This ball is gone. So a 2-run homer down the line in right, and we are tied again.
Boy, when this guy gets in a groove, he can hit him, and when he hits him in bunches. Hit a home run in last night's game, and if they continue to pitch him on the outer part of the plate, look out, this guy's going to do some major damage.
Now the Marlins skipper's up out of the dugout on his way to the mound, and it looks as though that's going to be all for his starter here tonight. Won't get a decision in this one, but except for a few mistakes, he pitched pretty well here this evening. Robbie Moylan gets the call as he'll pitch with 1 gone in the top of the 8th.
Number 3, Robbie Moylan.
Standing in now, Adam Duvall.
Adam.
As he pops the first pitch foul behind the plate. One out, nobody on. Breaking ball that time that misses out of the zone. Marlins have some action in the bullpen now as a right-hander is up and throwing. Two balls and a strike to the Rays first baseman. Fouled away. Oh, they pulled the string on a good changeup there as he swings and misses, and he's set down on strikes for the second time tonight. Here's a look at the final line for the Marlins starting pitcher, and he was really in command on the mound throughout the evening.
Hey, only allowed 3 hits in this one, kept the hitters off balance, and was a lot of fun to watch.
William Astudillo will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
Number 64.
A ball and no strikes, and he's a guy looking to break out in a big way. Hasn't been getting the results he or his club have been hoping for. A ball and no strikes. A high strike there, and it's 1-1. Fastball laid off well below the knees. And he strikes him out as well. So make it back-to-back punch-outs here to the first 2 men he faces out of the bullpen. Rays get a couple as you take another look at the 2-run home run. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th, and we're deadlocked now at 2 apiece.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please.
New pitcher coming on. It'll be the hard-throwing left-hander Johnny Venters.
Number 49, Johnny Venters.
Neil Walker will be the first one to greet him as he'll have to turn around and bat from the right side of the plate here.
Neil Walker.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Fastball in there for a called strike. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Down the third baseline. But this will get foul for strike 2. He's ready. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. The next 0-2. A ball and 2 strikes now. Lays off 2-2 now. The 2-2 one more time. Fouled off. Here's another 2-2. And it's fouled away. Two balls and 2 strikes to count to Neil Walker. And he finally wears him down here as he strikes him out after a 9-pitch at bat.
Well, we've seen some really good pitching from these guys in this one. The bullpen has looked sharp and it backed up a nice effort turned in by the starter. These days, pitching has become a full staff effort, and I've been impressed with the job these guys have done so far.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. And a called strike down in the zone. 0-1. Bases are empty. 1 man out. Lays off the slider, and it's 1-1.
That's a great take right there. Great pitch recognition to let that one go. Opposite handed, that's coming across the plate. You might think you got a shot to stay inside that one.
The 1-1. Now a ball grounded foul over toward the coaching box. The 1-2. Freezes him. A strikeout looking.
That was a big strikeout there, guys. The best pitchers have the ability to strike guys out when they really need to, and that second out was really important at this point of the game. Could be something we look back on later when the game's over.
Into the box now, JT Riddle, as he'll take a look at ball 1. A hit in 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ball game. Two balls and no strikes. From the wind, the 2-0. Outside, 3-0 now. From the windup, the 3-0. And he lays off ball 4. Now the potential go-ahead run is on base here.
And you can tell by his body language that he's beyond frustrated by that call. He's got to be wondering what he's got to do, but the last thing he needs to do is to let it get under his skin. That will only make things worse.
Ready for another shot now. Curtis Granderson, man at first after the 2-out walk. First pitch coming. Here it is. Well off the inside that time as the sinker misses for a ball. 2 out with the possible go-ahead run at first. Here's a swing from Granderson and a routine ground ball to second base. On to first, and this will remain a tie ball game as the inning is over. Marlins leave 1, and this game is still tied at 2-2. Now we're going to have a conference at the home plate area, so it would appear that we'll see a double switch here. Austin Bryce will be on the mound to start the ninth inning, and his job will be keeping the ball game tied until the bottom half.
Number 37.
So the batting order turns over now and set to go. Joey Wendell. He flew out in his last at bat.
Number 19. Miguel Rojas.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. Ninth inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a called strike. Changed up on him and dropped it in for a called strike. Can't quite get around in time to keep it fair, and it remains 0-2. And a swing and a miss. Good pitch there for the first out here in the ninth.
Up next for Tampa Bay, the third baseman.
Stepping in, Matt Duffy. He was a ground out victim last time up. Here comes the first pitch. Now a breaking ball, but it's low. Right-hander starts to loosen out in the bullpen now. And a fastball in there for a strike. 1-1. One out, nobody on. And it's 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a liner. And that finds the outfield grass for a base hit. The throw into second. And he had two on his mind, and that's what he'll get as he's in at second base with a one-out double.
Now batting.
He was able to recognize that pitch early. His eyes lit up on that one. Able to pull it down the line for a nice base hit.
In now, Tommy Pham, as he'll take a look at an off-speed pitch here that misses for ball one. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Two balls and no strikes to the Rays left fielder.
Right there is a temptation pitch. Power hitters like this are looking for pitches that they can drive. So that may have been one where he was trying to get him to chase up above the zone a little bit.
Now the 2-0. And they get him off balance there as he reaches for that one but can't find it. It's 2-1.
This is the stuff that infuriates a manager. You have to think the game. You got to know he's trying to pitch around you. You cannot swing at that pitch out of the zone.
Good time to call the change as he swings and misses for strike 2.
Hey, boys, you talk about getting your A swing off. That's what it looks like right there. A guy with massive power letting it eat.
A bouncer up the middle. Castro has it. Throw in time at first for out number 2. So now it'll be the 4-hole hitter, Mike Zunino. Been a rough go of things at the plate for him so far, but his guys are looking for him to change that right here.
Yeah, nothing better than coming through for the boys in a tight game, Matt, especially when you're kind of due to do something productive.
Here's the first pitch. And he gets ahead 0-1.
Hey, I have no problem with that take right there. Reliever coming in, you haven't seen this guy for a while. Gives yourself a chance to calibrate what he's got.
Comes set, the 0-1. A swinging strike, and now it's 0-2.
This is what every pitcher likes to have. Another 0-2 count really puts the hitters on the defensive side in multiple ways. You can go fastball up, you can go breaking ball down. One of the keys, getting ahead, and he's done a very good job of that so far.
A 1-2 count to the Rays catcher.
Well, all of the umpires in the seats thought that was strike three, and they weren't far off, but I think that was a good call. Looked to be just a bit outside.
And the fastball easy to lay off that time. 2-2. A foul tip held on to behind the plate, and he comes through with a big strikeout here to retire the side. One hit, one left. The Marlins with a chance to walk it off as we go to the bottom of the ninth. Oliver Drake enters to do the pitching, and best case scenario for him is to push this one into extra innings.
Oliver Drake.
Now batting, Austin Dean. He singled his last time up.
The right fielder, number 44.
First delivery to him on the way. Right there for strike one. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. Strike two taken. A fastball that clips the inside black.
Not looking good after being down 0-2. I think at the very least you got to work this pitcher's count a little bit. Try and get back into a decent count where maybe you can come through.
And he goes up the ladder on him, but he lays off 1-2.
There's your textbook waste pitch right there. Try and get the eye level up. Let's see if he comes back with another fastball elevated or drops a hammer off.
Now the fastball is right by him as he swings and misses for the first out of the inning.
Well, there's nothing like seeing a good power pitcher that has a good fastball. What does he do? He just throws this good fastball right by, brings the express. No chance to put that ball in play.
Stepping in now, Miguel Rojas, as he'll take one up in the zone, but indeed in the strike zone for the first strike. The average not quite where he wants it, down in the 220s. 1 home run and 3 driven in. And he's way off balance with the swing there. Drake, a 6'4" right-hander. He was taken in the very late rounds during the 2008 draft.
I know this guy wouldn't go into the category of superstar, but to grind out the career he has being drafted where he was, my hat's off to him.
And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2. Hit down the line at first. Duvall is up with it, and he'll step on first for the out. 3 unassisted.
The center fielder,
At the plate, John Verdi. So far, 2 for 3 in this one.
Verdi.
He's set, and the pitch. A drive to left. Get out of here. Get out of here. Gone. They win it. Santa Maria. A solo shot here to left. And with one swing of the bat, this ball game is over.
Well, they say better late than never, and that's obviously something that he takes to heart as he puts a charge in one for a walk-off homer. Got to be the best feeling in all of baseball.
Not a lot of runs put on the board in this one, but here's a guy that found a way to make a difference. He's the tops player of the game.
When you walk up to the plate and hit a walk-off tater, you're probably going to be the player of the game. And that was a clutch swing of the bat, and he'll be riding high on that one for a while, I'm sure.
Three to 2, the finish in tonight's game. The Miami Marlins came through when it mattered in the 9th on the way to the win. Austin Bryce claims the win out of the pen, his first. So that just about does it for Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney, and our entire crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more